Enoch.
Okay, the verse is Matthew chapter 6, verses 19 and 21.
Matthew 6.
Matthew chapter 6, verses 19 to 21.
Okay, 19
To
so
21.
okay, so I think, oh yeah, so I found NIV, and is it
Change it.
it's no,
Change it to
but
NLT.
huh?
Change it to NLT. NLT, the version of the Bible.
So not NIV.
No, yeah, not NIV. NLT.
Okay, New Living Transition. Okay, treasures in heaven.
Yeah. Don't store up treasures here on earth. Yes.
Okay, go for it then.
Okay. April 21st. Money. Don't store up treasures on earth, when moths eat them and rust destroy them, and where thieves break in and steal. Store your treasures in heaven, where moths and rust cannot destroy, and the thieves do not break in and steal. Whatever your treasure is, there's desire of your heart will also be. Matthew 6, verse 19-21. Do you remember? And comparing the dads to other dads, they might say, well, my dad has this kind of car. Oh, well, my dad has this kind of car. One-upping is an art form that continues to stay. It is so easy to fall for the traps of wanting all the right stuff, the right toys, the right amount of money. Jesus warns us against the kinds of idolatry, because he recognizes the toll that it takes our heart and our soul. It shows who we really are and what we really desire. Take some time today to think about how we view money and possessions and what really matters to you. God, help me not to make money and possession idols in my life. I confess that I often put too much in stock in things. Help me put my trust in you even more today.
So what does that mean? Because so it says, "Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth," right?
So the first paragraph talks about the fact about comparing like people, me, and what I mean by comparing is trying to make people look good. So it says right here, well, my dad has a kind of car. Oh, well, my dad has this kind of car. So what I'm taking from this first paragraph, as I read, was the fact that they're talking about how you can bring money in, and you can bring money in the fact that like you have something that the other person doesn't have. So, like from here, it's saying that, like, when it's two children comparing to their family members, they're mostly talking about the fact on how they can afford things while the other person can't. But it's also comparing as if like, oh, like, I have something better than you have,
I
like a
see.
competition. And then the second one right here is talking about the fact is it's so easy to fall into the trap wanting all the right stuff, the right toys, the right amount of money. Jesus warns us against the kind of idolatry, because he recognizes the toll that it takes in our hearts and soul. It shows us who we really are and what we desire. So for that one, the top one, I don't get it how you can add that in there. But
Right.
the last one makes sense. It shows us who we really are and what we really desire.
No, I
Because
agree.
reality,
Yeah.
once we have money, it shows us who we really are. Once we hit that plateau, once we become rich, it shows us who we really are, especially in our relationship with God. Because if money affects our relationship with God, there's no reason to have that much money.
Yeah, because there's a particular verse that says right here. Let me look it up real quick. And it's insane because it's kind of true. Well, it is officially true, but it's in this is an NIV, but it's Matthew 6:24. No one can serve two masters. Either you will hate the one and love the other, or you will be devoted to the one and despite the other. You cannot serve both God and money. So this one makes it plain. Like, you can't really, because if you do, like you said, if you worship money, then where does that lead God? Because you claim you love God, but now you're using God as a
Mm-hmm.
means of profit rather than a means of salvation, because salvation is
Yeah.
free. It's a gift.
And also, too, one of the major takeaway was take some time to think about how you view money and possessions. Possessions is a big word, because these days and age, and especially around that time, money centers money. So basically, money centers around possessions, and possessions kind of mean like materialistic things. Like, people want the nice car, people want the nice clothes, people want the nice stuff. They just want things that people cannot afford. But in reality, those things don't make you happy.
That
And
is
go ahead.
no, that is true. I mean,
Yeah,
well,
go ahead.
that's why you get like people that, like, they say the rich get richer, but you don't see the outcome of that. They're only getting richer because they don't know where they are completely satisfied. And Jesus says there's not enough silver in the world to satisfy a man.
No,
So
and that's the thing that the sooner or later it kind of goes back to the saying that once you reach that plateau, there's nothing for you to be done. You have done everything you can when it comes to getting money, but at the end of the day, you buy possessions, and sometimes you buy possessions that are just they're not worth the money. They're not worth anything. So what's the use of buying it? But a lot of people these days, when it comes to that type of term possession, is that people also do it just to look good in front of other people, or to do it to attract a certain people, and it's fine. It's very common for that. But at the same time, we got to realize the fact is, we have this thing where sometimes those possessions takes us away from God, and it's not a good thing to put. It's not a good thing to put those possessions first before God.
I agree. Amen.
Yeah. Money is corruption. Money is good for when you pay your bills. Money is good for when you pay for the basic needs: water, shelter, food, a roof over your head. But anything after that, it's considered a need rather than a want. I mean, no, I'm sorry, it's the opposite. It's considered a want rather than a need, because your needs are the basics that you need. The wants are something that you need, but you know in your heart that it's not something you don't really need. It's something for entertainment.
Amen.